Months after our investigation into a South Carolina politician holding 2 positions of power,
all in favor, let it be known by aye.
Aye. Casting votes on 2 governing boards, the 5 lawmakers with the power to fix this constitutional violation.
We'll be taking care of that as soon as we can. And I promise you we will.
2 months later, have not, despite a brand new Attorney General's legal opinion confirming what we uncovered in our positions of power investigation.
I know February 7th I indicated I either had or would, and I didn't.
And the lone lawmaker who promised to resolve this has now changed her mind.
An elected Chesterfield County school board member is still hanging on to her technical college board seat tonight, hanging on despite the state's law firm confirming that Kimberly Birch is violating the state's ban on one person holding 2 positions of power.
State lawmakers who could fix this won't. And here's Chief Investigator Jody Barr with an update to positions of power, a Queen City News investigation.
When we showed up to the South Carolina State House in February, not one member of the Chesterfield County Legislative Delegation would agree to interview with us. Weeks before, we sent Senators Gerald Malloy and Penry Gustafson and Representatives Pat Hennigan, Cody Mitchell, and Richie Yao everything we found related to elected school board member Kimberly Birch. Documents showing Birch's appointment to the Northeastern Technical College Board in 1997 and her election to the Chesterfield County School Board in the early 2000s. And the Attorney General's office legal opinion stating an elected school board member cannot hold another office of honor or profit at the same time. These 5 lawmakers are responsible for finding people to serve on the Northeastern Technical College Board.
Hey, I'm Jody Barr with Queen City News out of Charlotte.
Nice to meet you.
In February, Senator Penry Gustafson told us she would ask the Attorney General's office for a legal opinion tailored specifically to Kimberly Birch. The senator said to give her 30 days, then check back.
Is Senator Gustafson in? I'm Jody Barr with Queen City News out of Charlotte. We're following up on an interview we did with her last month.
We waited 42 days before we checked back in with the senator.
I guess the first question was, back on February 7th, you told us that you were going to talk to Kimberly Birch about this. Have you had a chance to do that?
We have not spoken directly.
Not only did Gustafson never talk to Birch, she never talked to the Attorney General's office about any of this. We know because the AG's office told us in an email the day before we found Gustafson at her State House office.
What did the AG's office tell you last month when you spoke with them?
Well, at that time, clearly, I had thought at the time that that was in motion or it was going to be done. So that's why I answered it that way. But I did not personally request an opinion at that time. I just really thought it was going to be done or it had been done.
The final point is we are simply trying to bring Ms. Birch, the viewers who saw this story, some resolution to this. Do we have your word today that this will be taken care of, at least as far as the Attorney General's office is concerned?
Yes, it will be done.
While we were in the senator's office, she called Attorney General Alan Wilson on his cell phone to ask him for a formal legal opinion on the Birch case. She asked us not to video that call.
I guess today was a good impetus for me to, go ahead and do this because we've just got to get this done.
And in all of this, I think the one person who deserves resolution is Kimberly Birch.
Sure.
And that's what we want to help.
I'm going to try to get in touch with her this afternoon, as she is on my list of 4 people to follow up with on this.
Well, look, thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, thanks for letting us come in and let's get,
I have no problem with this at all. I'm sorry if I said something on February 7th that wasn't accurate at the time. It was certainly my intention.
And it didn't take the AG long. The day after this meeting, the Attorney General sent Gustafson a new opinion. You are inquiring as to whether service on the Chesterfield County School District Board of Trustees and the Northeastern Technical College Area Commission constitutes dual office holding, Assistant AG Ellie Lister wrote in this March 22nd email. In prior opinions, this office determined that members of the Northeastern Technical College Board of Trustees and the Chesterfield County School Board held an office for dual office holding purposes. Therefore, it would violate the dual office provision of the South Carolina Constitution for an individual to serve in both positions. I have discussed this issue with Solicitor General Cook, and he agrees with my analysis. Gustafson told us she'd call Kimberly Birch to gather facts from her side. We asked the senator for an update, and in a text message last week, Gustafson wrote, "Spoke with Kim Birch about 2 weeks ago. Based on personal conversations, AG opinions, exchanges with AG staff, and other factors, I am satisfied with the situation at the moment. Ms. Birch has been an unpaid community servant for NETC for many years. Hopefully, the Chesterfield County delegation will come together to discuss this and more. No delegation meeting has been called yet, but my intention is to do so soon. You may quote me." Birch isn't the only unpaid NETC board member. The college told me none of its members are paid. We asked Birch to talk with us about the new AG opinion. Birch never responded. We tried to find her at 2 separate NETC board meetings in March and April, but Birch did not show.
Hey, Ms. Birch. Could you just give us a few minutes and talk to us about this issue that we've raised? Please?
The only time we found Birch to ask her about this was outside this Pageland restaurant in January, but she will not agree to meet with us to talk about the AG's findings. We also asked the 5 lawmakers in the delegation what they now plan to do with this, whether they plan to appoint someone new to Birch's NETC position, and when the delegation plans to meet publicly. Representative Richie Yao was the only one to respond, writing, "I cannot speak on behalf of the entire delegation with specific answers to those questions." The Chesterfield County delegation may never be able to resolve this. It takes a majority of the 5 to replace Kimberly Birch, and we found no evidence this delegation's held a meeting in years or intends to do anything to fix this. Is there some dysfunction within this delegation? What is going on where the 5 of you all elected officials who hold seats of power at the State House, can't come together and say, hey, either we reappoint as the governor asked, or there's a new name, something, just get this taken care of so, Ms. Birch can move on, the public can move on, we can move on. What's holding that up?
It would be helpful if we had any delegation meetings, but since I was elected, I have been basically told we don't need any. So it's kind of hard to work as a delegation if the delegation isn't working together.
There's only one other option to resolve the Kimberly Birch issue. A taxpayer could file suit to ask a circuit court judge to remove her. After our first report in February, I got an anonymous letter claiming another Chesterfield County elected official was violating the state's dual office holding ban. Chesterfield County Councilwoman Mary Anderson also held a seat on the Sherrall Board of Architectural Review when she won her county council seat. The AG's office legal opinions show holding both positions simultaneously would violate the state's dual office holding ban. State law governing architectural review boards also states none of the members may hold any other public office or position in the municipality or county.
Thank you, Mary, for being with us this evening. And again, thank you for the 8 years of service and sharing your leadership on that committee.
Town Council awarded Anderson for 8 years of board service when she left the board in January, thereby ending the dual office holding violation in her case, a violation that lasted for the past 8 years. Anderson told me at a county council meeting last week she had no idea her offices violated the state ban, and had she known, she would have stepped down from the Sherrall Town Board.